Hello, I am Shweta. I am fashion designer and pattern making coach. Welcome to my channel Silhouette Sutra. At Silhouette Sutra, we discuss all about fashion, fashion styling, and fashion pattern making. Today, at the fifth episode of pattern making series, we are going to discuss about garment anatomy. So, without further ado, let's get started. Till now, in this pattern making series, we have discussed about patterns and fabrics. In today's episode, we are going to be discussing about different parts of your garments. So, there are five basic parts of any garment: front bodies, back bodies, sleeves, and if you are making a skirt, it is front skirt and back skirt. And if you are making a pant, it will be the front part of the pant and back part of the pant. So these are the major five pieces of any garment. Other than that, we add simple small elements to our garment, either to add a design element or to add the functionality of it. So first is waistband. We add waistband in our pant or a skirt to add the functionality in our garments. To make it easy to wear, we add waistband. Sometimes it adds the design element also. We make different types of neckline, and we use different finishes to our neckline, which adds the design element to it. For the sleeves, we add different types of cuffs, so that also add the designing element as well as the add the functionality of the sleeves. Then we have placket in our shirts, which is again for the functionality purpose, and later we'll use it for designing. Then we have different types of yokes, which add designing element, styling element to our garment. Then we add lining to our garment, which sometimes if our fabric is transparent, then we use the lining. We add another layer of fabric in the garment, which is known as lining. Then for the finishing necklines and cuff, we use another non-woven fabric layer in our garment, which is known as facing. So to finish different types of neckline, placket, and cuffs, we use facing. Another interesting element which we add to our garments are pockets. So there are different types of pockets which are available, which we can place at the different location of our garments. That not only add the designing into our garment, they add the functionality, they improve the functionality of our garment also. So there are different techniques to add different types of pocket, which we will discuss in upcoming episodes. Then we have different types of seam line. Seam lines are dart equivalents. They replace the darts and must be and added to garment to add the designing, to improve the designing of your garment, and to improve the fitting of your garment. Then we have slits. So whenever we are making a body hugging kurta or a dress, we need a slit into it, so we can move easily. So two slits in our kurta are slits which helps in movement. Let's discuss another very important part of our garment, are darts. So first discuss what are darts. So see, our body is three-dimensional, and whenever we are cutting a fabric or a paper, it is two-dimensional. So whenever we want to add a three-dimensional structure to our two-dimensional fabric, we need to remove some fabric out of it to give it a structure, to give it a shape, to give it a three-dimensional shape. So the excess fabric which we remove is known as darts. So let me explain. See, if I am wearing this dress, which you can see, this is a different design wala dress, but if I want to make a tight dress, then this fabric is extra here. So I'll remove this excess fabric and this will become dart, and then my dress will give me a proper structured fit. This design is not proper to show you the darts. It has added fullness, but I'm just trying to explain it to you what are the darts. So basically darts Darts is something when we remove excess fabric from our garment to give it a structure. Those are darts. There are traditionally 10 different places of darts which are defined in basic bodies, which I'll attach a picture here. You can see there are 10 different types of dart location where we can place the dart. Now dart is nothing but the excess fabric which we want to remove to give it a structure to our garment. So either we can remove that excess fabric from one position, or we can remove it from the two position or three position, or from all the positions. So basically, suppose this much fabric is extra, we can extract it from anywhere around this. Suppose we are talking about the burst dart, there are 10 different locations, so we can take out the fabric from every location. So in designing we use different types of darts. So sometimes we remove the fabric from one position only, sometimes we remove it from two positions. Designers play with darts. So what they do, equivalent to your excess fabric, they give some designing that is known as dart equivalent. So what are dart equivalent? Tucks, which is normal dart. Then instead of that we can use pleats or gathers. These are all dart equivalent. Sometimes we use seam lines also to replace the dart. Princess cut is one of them. Like in princess cut, either we use shoulder dart and burst dart, remove both of them, join the fabric, and it becomes the princess line. Armhole princess line, in that will take one armhole dart, one burst dart, we join them and use the seam line which is known as armhole princess seam lines. So this is the little explanation about darts. When we want to give structure to our garment, we take out excess fabric which is known as dart. Suppose if we want to add fullness to our garments, then we add that excess fabric to our garments in the form of triangle only. Like in the darts we take out fabric in the form of triangle. If we want to add fullness to our garment, we again add a fabric in the form of triangle only. In Indian way we call it kali. We add kalis to our garments to add the extra flair, to extra fullness to our garments. Sometimes it can be in the form of kali, sometimes it will be in the form of gathers. Like you can see in my dress here, I am adding extra flair in the form of gathers. So this is the simple explanation about adding fullness. Like whenever we want to remove excess fabric, we take out a triangle which is known as dart. If we want to add a fullness, we add a triangle which is known as kali in Hindi. So this is all about darts. Now if we are making a skirt and we want to add a fullness, then there are different types of methods to add fullness. First is gathers. Gathers, simply when you see in my dress, these are the gathers. Whenever you have a simple lightweight fabric, you can pull the thread, make the gathers, and you can add fullness. Another form is pleats. There are different types of pleat. First is knife pleats. You can see in the image where pleats go in one direction, one by one. You can see here in the image. Then we have box pleats. Again, images here. Then we have inverted box pleats. Then we can add kalis or gores. Again, images attached here. Then we can make flared garment, bias garments, circular garments. Again, images attached here for better understanding. So these are the different forms in which we can add the fullness to our garments. I think that's it for now. See you in the next video where we will make some actual patterns. Bye till now.